Kia ora, good evening. In today's news, the PPTA is labelling the new charter schools as a disastrous social experiment that's likely to disadvantage students. But those backing them say they'll catch students who are currently falling through the cracks in the education system. Charter Schools Board Chair Catherine Isaac maintains these schools are a viable alternative to the traditional education model. And fears are growing for two missing Canadian tourists after search crews continue to scour the area of the Haas River today. The couple haven't been seen since their vehicle ploughed down a remote West Coast gorge in the South Island last week. And overseas now, where some 7 million people are in urgent need of humanitarian aid due to the conflict in Syria. The UN says of those needing help, more than 2 million people have taken up shelter outside of Syria, while over 4 million remain displaced within the country. Meanwhile, the European Union's poorest country, Bulgaria, has launched an appeal for financial support to help it cope with the influx of people fleeing Syria's civil war. The government says over 4,000 refugees, mostly from Syria, have already entered the country, with still more being held at the borders. And back home in North Otago, police have arrested 2 more people they believe helped the men charged with the murdering Justin McFarland. So far, 7 people have been arrested as part of an ongoing investigation into the murder. And finally, this morning's America's Cup racing was postponed after high winds and strong tides made conditions too dangerous to sail. Racing is now scheduled every day until a champion emerges, with Team New Zealand 2 wins away from victory, while Oracle must win 8. And that wraps up today's top stories, but we'll be back with you tomorrow. Until then, ka kite anō.